Well-known author Oscar Wilde once said, "Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken." It's a simple quote, and yet it's one that rings true. Everyone in here is their own person with their own aspirations, goals, and dreams, and experiences as well. Everyone in here has some sense of self, of who they are, in their own terms and by society's standards. As such, the way things are set up in society today, young people are expected to have all the answers and find all the solutions for all the problems going on, and while still being confident in their own identity. Living in this generation with these expectations can seem extremely daunting and can then even impact your mental health. Today, I'm here to let you know that it is quite all right to not have all the answers, as long as you continue to be true to yourself and continue to grow. A few weeks ago, I went to a diversity, equity, and inclusion workshop here on campus. And as an icebreaker activity, we had to pair up with another person that we didn't know, and we had to ask them the question, "Who are you?" But we had to do it repeatedly, and the person answering had to demonstrate and just say whatever first thing that popped into their head. Like anything that they responded with, it could be like a short question or like just one word even. Could I have a volunteer from the audience that would be willing to do that? Okay, so I'm going to ask you the question and just say the first thing that pops into your head. Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
Who are you?
Eccentric.
Who are you?
Loud.
Who are you?
A fighter.
Who are you?
A sleeper.
Who are you?
Oh, it gets harder.
Yeah, it is a bit difficult. It is harder than it seems, like when you first sing it in person, you know? But that, it is a bit difficult, but like the purpose of that activity was to have people look at themselves and figure out different aspects of their identity that they identify with and of themselves as a whole. And a lot of participants in the workshop came to the same conclusion, that they didn't know much about themselves as they previously thought. A lot of them, they had to actively think about who they are and who they were as a person. The average majority were college students, such as ourselves, in their late teens to early 20s. And they realized that they don't always have time to figure out who they are. We are planning our lives as society is crumbling all around us, amidst a pandemic, of rising global climates, and political unrest, to name a few. And we are here taking tests, applying to grad school, and finding the newest jobs in our fields. And somehow, we still have to ask ourselves, who am I? And to that I say, take life one day at a time. Of course, it is important to plan so everything's going well, but don't plan so much that it stresses you out. And even so, if it does stress you out, because it might sometimes, find healthy ways of coping with that stress. With everything going on all around us at all times, it can be good to stop and smell the roses from time to time. Take some time for yourself and think about who you are and who you want to be. I want to leave you with this, just a few quick thoughts. The human brain doesn't stop developing until the age 25. For some of us, that age is a lifetime away, while for others, it's just around the corner. In either way, this just goes to show that you have time. Not everything will be figured out immediately, and even so, we continue learning and growing all throughout our lives. Have you ever been on a road trip? Any of you guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, road trips are pretty cool. And if not, let me tell you this. More often than not, the journey is the part that you remember the most, instead of the destination. And life is the same way, because you have to enjoy the small things in order to get the entire big picture. And those ones are the ones that leave the biggest impact on you. And remember, the only way to have that memorable voyage is to be yourself unapologetically and authentically. Thank you.